It's the customary little dollop of sherbet ice cream at the end of the 3-hour radio show, the little 5 minutes of overdrive. Used to do 2-3 hours of it, but we got the nightly news show to get together. And it's going to be particularly powerful this evening. Please get the special reports we put out tonight and get them out to everybody. That last caller brought up some really good points about being held hostage. Wish we could have talked to you longer. Any quick final comment, Randy, to what Bob was saying to you?
Oh, yeah, specifically I have a question for Bob. What can be done? Because I know right now, Stuart Rhodes was talking about Caesar crossing the Rubicon and that piece of history. My concern is that we may be getting to a Pyrrhic victory where, we may have the tools within the Constitution and to nullify and to use constitutional money, but we may be too far gone at this point. And I want to put a spotlight on corporations. Now, I know specifically Justice Napolitano doesn't want to breach that topic. He doesn't want to re-adjudicate that. But, with the case of the railroads and then the Revlon...
yeah, the point is these operate as governments now or as crime syndicates. You got to ask the question fast.
How is there any way that we can separate corporations and the government and bind government under the chains?
Yeah, Bob. What are some ways to end this fraud of the ultra rich taking over government and these corporations that head up the New World Order? How do you deal with that?
Well, you want to work through the system, and that means that in the next election you put people in office who won't be paid off, who will do the right thing, make it constitutional, and do all the things that we'd like them to do. And if you're not successful doing that, you'll probably have a revolution.
But we exhaust every avenue first. And I appreciate your call. I think one thing he was alluding to here, Bob, and I want to get your take on this briefly, is we probably will take back the society. But after it's been sucked dry, wrecked, and giant hordes of people have been brought in who are used to welfare and demanding it, and with a dumbed-down culture, we might get things back, but still we'll just be in an absolutely torpedoed state. But I guess that's better than the vampire sitting on top of us.
Well, it is, and I think, you have to look at it this way. I hate to put it this way, but you make everything that the rich and powerful do and have, you make them taxable. And there's no place for them to go. And so you just turn the tables on them and take their power and the other things away from them. And some of them you're going to...
Sure, if you've been shown to be CFR, globalist, engaged in treason, you have all your assets taken and you're thrown in the prisons. We let the nonviolent out and we pack it full of globalists and all of their collaborators. And those that committed really hardcore crimes, well, you know what the juries are going to find, and we hang them high.
Well, I think you're going to have to start teaching criminology.
Well, Bob, you know what? These people have to be dealt with. They certainly can't be allowed to run free.
You have no bigger booster than I. But I discussed this with Gary Kleck, and he's the head of the department at Florida State, supposed to be one of the top criminologists in the world. And the conclusion is the same as yours and mine. In fact, he's a liberal, and he's a big advocate of people having weapons.
I've noticed a lot of liberals are now waking up and buying guns.
Well, I think that's wonderful, but liberals, please get trained properly. When you're in a combat situation, your first 3 or 4 rounds will go wild. Your adrenaline will be pumping like mad, and you've got to get a grip on yourself. So you got to practice, and you got to be trained.
Well, that's certainly true. And by liberals, I think they're becoming real liberals, more like Thomas Jefferson, not this fake thing they say is a liberal. By the way, the numbers show that. They just record gun ownership in the U.S. in the last 100 years. Record. And that's just the people that admit they have guns. Every liberal I know is not a liberal anymore. Every mainline Republican I know is starting to wake up, and but every liberal I know is out buying as much hardware as they can get.
And I think that's good from a defensive point of view. And I encourage it, and I know you do, too.
Well, absolutely. Now they don't have to sit there and cower in their house if somebody breaks in. Now they can actually be human beings. Bob Chapman, Lord willing, we'll see you next Friday. Everybody else, see you tonight, 7 o'clock. Sorry, the other callers. And see you this Sunday, 4 to 6. You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join PrisonPlanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.